Hi, I just wanted to give you a quick preview of some of this sort of next-gen stuff that might be coming in Technobowl at some point. So as you're probably already aware, we've uploaded this new mod that we've brought in to sort of streamline some of the card mechanics and also streamline the scoring. So I'm going to introduce a setup module over here, whereby you can choose what options you want to play with. So if you want to play base game, great, it'll delete this, it'll delete this, it'll delete this, it'll delete all of these stuff, and just leave you with the original game as it was, but still with these improved card mechanics over here. If, however, you say you want to do our rules, great, it'll delete this bag. If you say you want to do our rules with stats recording, then this is where the new feature comes in. So when we did our online league, we all decided we really liked the idea of keeping stats, passing statistics, rushing statistics, who had the most tackles, who had the most forced fumbles, all these various different things. However, keeping stats was a pain in the arse. So what I've come up with is just a couple of ways of doing it that's maybe a little bit better. So I'm going to put this at some random place, and I'm going to put the ball on that mark there. And if I call start play, with me being blue and me having blue here, it should record that as being the 65-yard line. And it's recorded, sorry, quite right, 70-yard line. So that's recorded Anks first down versus the Banditos, 70 left hash. Now, because I can record where it is on the start of a down, I'm going to be able to introduce an end play button here as well, which ends the play and marks it off as to where it was. Now this is where this all comes in, and I'm going to introduce some other buttons here. So we're going to have one button for pass, one button for catch, a button for intercept, and I'm thinking of making it so catch and intercept only become available once pass has been pressed. Then we can have fumble and forced fumble, tackle, and recovery. So for example, when a fumble happens, and again that can only be made available once fumble and forced fumble have been pressed, or forced fumble or false fumble. Yeah. So then I'm going to come over to here where we've got flip and initiative. So I'm just going to randomize this lot. Let's just highlight it and press R and take 5 cards. And may as well show off the features that I've built. So let's shove these into the cool play area, and I'll need to make sure they're that way up, and then I'll call play, except that of course without having a red player here it's going to give me an error. So let's just grab them, drop them here. Now over here I'm going to do the same. I'm going to grab this lot, flip, and then pull 5 cards into here, flip them over, and then let's call play. And this time it won't give me an error because I am actually a player at the table, so that's no problem. Okay, so this button over here then, if I click flip next, it's going to run the flip script for both players and announce to the table that we're ready to play round 1. Now, if I then click initiative, it's going to record the numbers for both players into this notepad. And then when I try and click initiative again, it's going to tell me that, you know, we've already recorded the numbers, so that's fine. And then if I click flip next again, it discards those and pulls out 2 new ones. Now I'm in the process of making it so that when a team does a read and react, it goes off the top card that's in this deck because I realise not everybody's going to hit discard before doing a read and react. Needing to just work through that issue, but that's only a small thing and it should be easily resolved. Then also I'm going to be doing the fun stuff over here where, you know, it records the other things that can happen, one of which will of course be tackle. But I need to have over here, I need to have a way of inputting a number. So for example, you can then say pass by 6, and then I would record here pass by 6. The notes over here, everything is being recorded. So the team that's on offense is being recorded, then there's a comma, which down it is, comma, versus Banditos, and you'll notice I'm only using the commas to split off the various different fields. And then this one is where we have a huge field, so this is where we're basically listing all the stuff that happens in the play. Now, in addition to all this, I'm going to create a something in Power Query, which is a little bit like a macro, but it's specific for data management, and it's been included in Excel in 2016 onwards, completely included for free. So I'm going to put that up on the Board Game Geek, and when this goes live, that can go live, and then people will be able to take that code, drop it into a CSV file, and then upload that into their document, which will then be able to give you stats. Now, I found on somewhere online, it was a thing which allows me to grab a bag, and let's suppose we've cloned this. Oops. Clone. Suppose there's a copy of there in that bag, and then there's another copy in that bag, and there's all sorts of different stuff going on in that bag. All the plays from this entire game have been saved in that bag. There is a script I found online where you can have a button over here, and it says everything that's in that bag. Take all of these, because essentially each of these represents one line of a CSV. Take all of these and concatenate them all, or sorry, append them all, and then save that down. Which means that every single person would have or every single game would have a very managed script of note taking, which is what you need really for then processing all that data. So yeah, being a data geek at times really does help. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks.